tragedy struck in Jonestown, Guyana. Drinking the Kool-Aid is a common phrase that stemmed from the Jonestown massacre, but the meaning behind this phrase goes far deeper. The massacre was rooted in the power of manipulation and blind belief, resulting in Jim Jones quickly becoming the determined and cruel leader of the People's Temple, silencing anybody that questioned his authority. On November 18, 1978, Jim Jones led over 900 American citizens to their deaths in Jonestown, Guyana. Jones violated the human rights of People's Temple members through manipulation, abuse, and coercive control, fostering blind allegiance. He failed to adhere to his ethical responsibility to protect and serve his community, ultimately leading to the massacre and a drastic change in cult awareness and regulation in the United States.
I am creator of the People's Temple mission, and I will have my way, or I will tear hell out of everything you've built.
The massacre led to the creation of the Cult Awareness Network and American Family Foundation in the late 1970s. These foundations enforce protection from dangerous religious movements by supplying aid, support, and information to those in need. Their mission to protect the human rights of all continues today. In the 1950s, the People's Temple formed in Indianapolis when Jim Jones graduated from Butler University and entered the ministry. Jones was an extremely charismatic and persuasive leader who greatly supported socialism and the civil rights movement as it gained momentum in the United States. He preached constantly about the cruel racism and civil rights injustices, fostered racial integration within the temple, and organized community service initiatives, appealing to both Black and white people. The members believed in a future where race and class did not affect society, and many believed that by joining the temple, they could contribute to this future. The temple also became a source of fellowship and support, leading to the rapid growth of the temple.
But no, we never thought we were in a cult. We thought we were in a place that was to help people, to make the world a better place. That was the goal.
In 1965, the People's Temple relocated to Ukiah in Northern California after Jones had a revelation that Indianapolis was not fit for the prospective multiracial community he hoped to achieve. He also had a vision of a nuclear attack in Indianapolis and perceived Ukiah as safe from nuclear attacks and more. While in California, Jones began abusing substances, including painkillers and eventually amphetamines, which resulted in a shift in his preaching. By 1971, Jones was nearly completely dependent on drugs, causing increased paranoia and harsh preaching.
I shall do all the miracles that you said your God would do and never did.
He instilled fear and violated members' human rights through methods such as sleep deprivation, manipulation, and inflicted dependence. He forced his congregation into believing his goal for the greater society justified his cruel treatment. Accusations and reports of Jones' behavior led to increased media scrutiny of the People's Temple, and because of this, Jones began devising a plan to move his congregation. He believed it was his ethical responsibility to create an interracial socialist society. In 1974, Jones sent volunteers to begin clearing space in Jonestown, Guyana, an English-speaking socialist country with several prominent Black leaders. Before Jones arrived, Jonestown was described as an interracial utopia, where everyone felt immense freedom. They are provided with housing, medical care, food, and other vital resources, adhering to their human rights.
Grandma Bates, how do you like it here?
I love it. I love it. I love it better than any place I've been in my life.
When the Jonestown community was completed, Jones and his family left the United States to join his congregation in 1977. Upon Jones' arrival, he continuously preached forcefully in Jonestown and misled his congregation with false ideals and hope. Jones tested his followers' loyalty through white nights, forcing each to drink a liquid they were told was poison. However, the drink was harmless and served as a way for Jones to maintain his authority.
Fear equals control, and that's how he helped control the group.
Members were under constant surveillance, and attempting or conspiring to leave Jonestown was met with abuse and public humiliation. Through manipulation and censorship, Jones depicted the outside world as the enemy and isolated his community. His followers lacked choice and understanding of reality, severely violating their human rights. Jones violated his ethical responsibility by not creating the interracial society his followers believed in, and his congregation suffered because of it. In 1977, United States California Congressman Leo J. Ryan heard of an affidavit describing Jonestown's prison camp atmosphere. Ryan decided to begin an investigation because of Jones' extreme violation of the members of the temple's human rights. On November 17, 1978, Ryan entered Jonestown with Congresswoman Jackie Spear, 9 news reporters, and 4 concerned relatives. Once in Jonestown, Monica Bagby and Vernon Gosney, members of the People's Temple, slipped an NBC reporter a note that read, "Help us get out of Jonestown." Ryan showed this note to Jones, causing him to become enraged and sending him into a panic. On November 18th, Ryan attempted to leave Jonestown with his delegation and 16 members of the temple. At the airstrip in Port Kaituma, they were met by gunmen sent by Jones to prevent the escape. In the attack, Ryan and 4 others were shot and killed, and 11 were severely wounded. Jones violated his ethical responsibility when he ordered the murders of Ryan and his crew, and prohibited his followers from leaving. He denied them their basic human rights and failed to uphold their dignity and respect as individuals. When the gunmen returned, Jones ordered all members of the temple to the pavilion, except Dr. Larry Schacht, who was ordered to mix a deadly combination of sedatives, flavor aid, and potassium cyanide. Nurses were also ordered to fill syringes with potassium cyanide to kill those unwilling to consume the poisonous drink.
The Revolutionary Act. We can't go back. They won't leave us alone. They're now going back to tell more lies, which means more congressmen. And there's no way we can survive.
With complete control of People's Temple, Jones violated his ethical responsibility and manipulated his congregation into believing the only way forward was death.
Without me, life has no meaning. I'm the best friend you'll ever have.
Men with crossbows surrounded the pavilion, preventing escape, while Dr. Schacht and the nurses brought in the syringes and poisonous drink. Jones ordered the children to go first and forced their parents to watch as nurses poured the chemicals down their throats. Each child experienced dizziness, nausea, unconsciousness, convulsions, and then death. The rest of the congregation soon followed with the same horrific fate.
Die with a degree of dignity. Lay down your life with dignity. Don't lay down with tears and agony. There's nothing to death.
Members unwilling to die were stabbed with syringes, but many were willing to consume the poisonous drink due to the deep indoctrination they experienced through Jones' teachings. Their willingness to choose death over life reflects the severity of the human rights violations they endured in Jonestown.
They were so worn down from it all. They were probably wanting to die. I mean, Nathan Jones wanted to die. He wanted to kill himself, so he didn't just kill himself. He had to take everybody with him.
The members were powerless and lacked dignity and a motive to live. With complete control over the temple, Jones abused his power by manipulating and isolating his followers. He greatly failed to uphold his ethical responsibility to protect those in Jonestown by forcing the murder of over 900 people. Jones was later found dead with a gunshot wound to his head. Jones, along with other leaders in Jonestown and the United States government, failed to take responsibility for the reality of Jonestown, and 900 people died because of it. Responsibility requires actions, which is what was so inherently lacking in Jonestown. When United States military authorities landed in Jonestown, they called for 200 soldiers to count and identify the dead. Approximately 150 men, 450 women, and 300 children died in Jonestown. The bodies unclaimed by family members were buried in a mass grave in Evergreen Cemetery in Oakland, California, marked by a controversial memorial listing the names of the deceased, including their tormentor, Jim Jones. The Cult Awareness Network and the American Family Foundation were founded in the year following the massacre due to secular organizations and evangelical ministries. They were concerned with powerful leaders and religious movements, including the People's Temple, Branch Davidians, Heaven's Gate, and Sullivanians. These organizations also focus on psychiatric observation of youth, accessible education, victim assistance, and interventions to research the psychological effects of cults and inform people about the dangers of mind control and alternative religions. The American Family Foundation later changed their name to the International Cultic Studies Association in 2004 and is still in existence today, conducting research and bringing awareness to potential cults to protect the human rights of all. The Jonestown Massacre on November 18, 1978, was a tragedy that must be remembered to recognize the danger of blind faith and trust in a singular authority. Through manipulation and coercion, Jones violated over 900 people's human rights and failed to uphold his ethical responsibility as a leader to protect and serve his community. The Jonestown Massacre serves as a constant reminder of the need to question everything.
What heals everything is just love. That's it. It is.